In this problem, it says determine the base b for which 0.34 base b is equal to 0.76 base 10. All right. So the way number bases work is if I have 1, 2, 3 in base 10, what that means is I have 100 plus 20 plus 3. Now what does that have to do with 10? Well, I have 100, which is the same as 1 times 10 squared. I have 2 groups of 10, which is 10 to the first. And then I have 3 groups of 10 to the 0 power. Now how would that differ from 1.23 in base 10? Well, that would be 1 plus 0.2 plus 0.03. Well, we have 1 group of 10 to the 0. We have 2 groups of 10 to the negative 1 power. And then we have 3 groups of 10 to the negative 2 power. So what we have here is this mystery base. And we're saying this mystery base is 0.34 to base b. And so that means we have 3 groups of b to the negative 1. And we have 4 groups of b to the negative 2. And what that equals is 0.76 in base 10. And anything in base 10, we can write it as is. So what does this mean? Well, this means we have 3 over b plus 4 over b squared equals 19 over 25. That's 0.76 as a fraction. So what we're going to do is we're going to get these fractions out of the denominator. We're going to multiply everything by b squared. So when I multiply b squared onto this, one of the b's cancels out, so we have 3b. Here, both of the b's cancel out, so we're left with 4. Here, no b's to cancel out, so it's 19 over 25 b squared. Now, since this is a quadratic we're solving for, we're going to want to subtract everything over. So I'm going to subtract 3b, and I'm going to subtract 4. So 0 equals 19 over 25 b squared minus 3b minus 4. And to make this easier on myself, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this fraction. So I'm going to multiply everything by 25 and clear out that denominator. So we have 19b squared minus 75b minus 100. So I have this quadratic to solve, and we'll use the quadratic formula. So negative b, so b is already negative, so that means it's positive 75 plus or minus 75 squared. Now technically it's negative, but since we're squaring it, the negative part won't matter. So negative 4 times 19 times negative 100. All over 2 times 19. So when we simplify this, and you should do this one on your calculator, you're going to get the square root of 13,225 over 38. And likewise on your calculator, you want to take this square root, and you get plus or minus 115 over 38. So square root of 13,225 is 115. And we have 2 options. We can take 75 plus 115 or 75 minus 115. Well, it's going to be just adding. Because if we were to subtract this, we would get a negative. And bases are never negative. Bases are always positive numbers between 1 and 9 or higher. But in this case, I think we're not going to have to worry about that. So if you take 75 plus 115 over 38, you get 5. That's the base. There's our answer. And we're done.